Morning, Ostamura. Welcome. As always, thanks for being here. Well, I hope it is, Ostamura. I didn't get a whole lot of chance to do any prep work for this episode, so we'll see if hopefully I don't mess anything up. Yeah, I know. It's been a busy week this week with Dragon Age dropping on Thursday and trying to work through all the stupid bugs on it, and then trying to get ready for that live stream series, and then like I say, a bunch of stuff going on at with my professional job and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a busy week this week, so didn't get enough chance to really do a whole lot with this live stream over the week. So I think I've got the main thing I want to do figured out, though. There is one thing that I was not able to test because I couldn't find it on the internet. I've seen it done, and I distinctly remember watching it in a YouTube video. I just couldn't find it again. So we're gonna probably do some experimentation a little bit today once we get a bit further through the episode to try and find the jump off point that I'm looking for. Yes, I do, Astamura. Probably not on stream, unless once this live stream ends, you all vote to have me play another playthrough. The reason I'm holding off on it is because there are still several achievements that I don't have. And if I finish this in honor mode, then I'm going to have completed those achievements. So I do have an off-stream honor mode playthrough, but I try not to get too ahead of this one. Because if this one for some reason goes bad and gets knocked out of honor mode, then I want to be able to switch to an honor mode playthrough and have that one available, where I've made all the same choices and all that sort of stuff. So I haven't finished the game in honor mode yet, so once this one is finished, then I'll start playing with mods personally, yeah. Yeah, the mod community is great. The modding community is awesome. So I'm really anxious to explore a bunch of what they've put out there and what they will continue to put out there, because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot. Hey, Abro, welcome to this live stream. Thank you for being here. I don't recognize the name, so if it is your first time, thank you very much for being here. I certainly appreciate it. And if you have been here before and I've just messed that up, then I apologize. I'm getting old and my brain doesn't work sometimes. Hey, Rudy. Thanks for being here. Welcome. Yeah, Dragon Age Veilguard is very different. I've really enjoyed the previous games, and I really do enjoy playing this one. It's going to be a completely different vibe, though. Yeah. But looking forward to it. Welcome, everyone, to today's live stream. Episode number 30 of our Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode gameplay series. I'm Commander Jorval, and I want to thank you for coming along on our journey today. So, admin notes. I put out a post on the community tab. I encourage everyone to go take a look at it. Tomorrow, we will be starting a playthrough of Dragon Age the Veilguard. Now, I would normally do it today, because it's NFL football season. What I normally change my schedule to is to have this live stream in the morning, then I take an hour break, and then starting at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time right now, it'll be Central Standard Time tomorrow. So taking an hour break and then starting at 1 p.m. my time, I would have the second live stream. And today, unfortunately though, my college, my alma mater football team is coming in town to play a game today, so I will be heading out to that this afternoon and will not be around this afternoon to do that live stream. So luckily my NFL football team played on Thursday. They played horribly and lost to a horrible team. but they did play Thursday, which means they're not playing tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to do the first episode of Dragon Age the Veilguard, and then that live stream will move to its normal time, which is 1 p.m. Central Standard Time at that point, which is GMT -6, on Saturdays, continuing forward throughout the rest of the football season. We will see if that's going to move to Sundays or if it's going to stay in that spot. Kind of play it by ear once we get to the end of the year. But Dragon Age Veilguard, the playthrough is going to be a lot different. This playthrough in Baldur's Gate is much more about teaching new things and exploring things that people might not have done. Dragon Age the Veilguard is not going to be that, because there aren't multiple profiles so far that I've seen where I can play 2 games simultaneously. I haven't tried yet. I haven't tried to start a new game and see if it erases the old game or not. I'm going to try that later on this evening. But for right now, I don't think I can have 2 playthroughs going at the same time. So that means that it's going to be a lot less about teaching and just more about, in the spur of the moment, all of us working our way through the game, seeing how things go, and experiencing it all live together, because I won't have any experience on a previous playthrough or a simultaneous off-stream playthrough to go through. So it should be it's going to be a much different flavor of playthrough. Dragon Age is, and always has been, much more on the linear exploration and combat thing type of style, and that's what this is going to be. So it's going to be a lot more fast-paced, a lot more focused on companions and that sort of stuff, so it should be interesting. So I encourage you all to show up if you're even the slightest bit interested in that game. Show up tomorrow morning at this same time, and we will have a live stream of Dragon Age the Veilguard, so I'm looking forward to it. I think that's it on admin notes. On our recap, at the end of last week's episode, we had finished up an encounter with Yrgir, and we had played it out in a way that was much different from my other playthroughs, in that we broke Yrgir's contract with Raphael, and that led to a very interesting cutscene. Astarion was obviously upset about that because we did not kill Yrgir, but we were able to calm him down, persuade him to stay with our party, and that's where we're going to pick up today as we continue to work our way through the Gauntlet of Shar. Okay, and here we are inside of Yrgir's area here, where we finished up last time. Now, we're going to start off this episode by doing some exploration. There's a few things that we want to go take a look at around here. A few things that we want to pick up, and then we want to head into the Trials of Shar. And that's going to be the main focus of today, is working our way through those. But first, let's kind of do some exploration in here, because the first thing that we want to look at is the Umbral Gem. Now, there are 4 of these that you want to pick up, and these are the keys to the elevator. Last episode, we saw the main elevator, and that you needed to insert something into it to get it to work, and that something you need to insert is an Umbral Gem. You need one of them here to get the elevator down to the portal to the Shadowfell to work, and then once you get down at the bottom of that elevator, you need 3 more to unlock a door down there. And we'll talk more about that as we get to that point. We are going to get all 4 of the gems. You can skip all of the Trials of Shar and not get any of those 3 and just get this one. Or you can skip your gear and the Trials and skip all of this content here with no Umbral gems at all and still get to the Shadowfell. And like I say, we'll explain a little bit more of that as we go, but for now, I'm going to have Shadowheart pick up this Umbral gem.
What do we have here?
And that's going to update our quest here. We've acquired one from the Lair of the Orthon. We need to find some more of them, and we will, but for now, we're going to use...
Never quiet.
We can look, there's a Yrgir's bed here. It's made out of corpses.
A tangle of corpses gape at you, lifelessly.
You can cast Speak with the Dead on these corpses.
Training, planning, worship, the burning of Shar's warriors. The dust beats in attack, exploding. Scattered. Prepare, ready.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Not many people realize that you can cast Speak with the Dead on the bed, but that bed lets you know first some of the lore about what happened down here that we learned from your gear as well, that these are all dead Dark Justiciars. Raphael set your gear down here to kill all of them, and he did an exceedingly good job at doing that. You also gain a hint that there is one more Dark Justiciar who escaped and became many, and that's a reference to Lothendor, who we met last week, and when he broke himself into many rats. This is a clue that references that. So if you come in here and you cast Speak with the Dead on it before you have the final confrontation with your gear, you get some clues as to how of a different way to complete the
What am I to do?
the interaction with your gear. So again, we're just going to go through here and do some quick searching. There's not a whole lot over on this side that we're going to want. However, since there's no one else around, we can search all of this. There's some Dark Justiciar gauntlets there.
Just check for anything useful.
Nothing in this game. Climbing all over boxes. So we'll just quickly search these corpses around here. We'll walk outside. Do the same thing. I want to look at something here. Okay. We're gonna have to explore, we're gonna have to experiment a little bit later on in this episode. Okay, and then let's head back in here real quick. We'll head around here to the left. Okay, and this would normally be where you encounter the Displacer Beast. Now, the Displacer Beast, there's another interaction. Like I say, there are probably 6 to 8 different ways to play out your gear confrontation. I've mentioned that you can convince your gear to kill his Maragons and the Displacer Beast. You can do what we did, convince or solve your gear's contract. You can just straight up kill everybody. You can also convince the Displacer Beast to fight on your side. And to do that, you have an interaction with the spider meat here. Now, for us, it's not going to do anything that we need it to do, but if you come up here to the spider meat, you can have some very interesting interactions and even get yourself killed here at the spider meat. But by interacting with it and passing some checks, you learn that the spider meat has been poisoned, basically, by one of the Maragons. And you learned that by talking to the hoarding Maragon as well. He said that he had been poisoning the spider meat over here to keep the Displacer Beast in line. You speak with animals, then after you find that out, you can talk to the Displacer Beast, pass a couple of checks, and persuade it to fight on your side when you start the combat with your gear. So that's what the spider meat is for. We're not going to go through the checks or anything like that because, again, we don't need to. Feel free to go back and look through the Paladin live stream, I believe, where we did those checks. And you can kind of see how it works. We did not pass the checks when we did it on the Paladin live stream, I don't believe. But you'll be able to see how they work, and you just won't be able to see what the final outcome is.
Wanna dance?
Because we didn't pass those, and we didn't want to use all of our inspirations to keep going through them, because it is a difficult check to make. So we're just doing some more searching real quick over here. More dead Dark Justiciars. And again, nothing over here. It's all chasm out here.
Looky!
Okay, and then we have the heavy chest. And inside here you get the Boots of Brilliance. These are very, very useful for your bard character in that they will, once per long rest, they will restore one of your bardic inspiration slots. So if you are short on action economy and you have another fight you need to do, or you have a difficult check you need to do and you want bardic inspiration, the boots are definitely going to be able to help you to get that that bardic inspiration back, so that you have use of it in your next combat for one of your flourishes or as a bardic inspiration that you give to somebody else. So a very useful piece of equipment just to keep in your inventory, so that you have access to it in case you need it.
Hey, good looking.
Hello.
Okay, so just a couple more things over here.
All right.
Okay, and now we're going to head back out where we were. And we're going to head back down over here. Because there's a couple things that we want to explore. First is over here. Okay, so inside this room, again, a heavy chest. Nothing in particular here. More dead Dark Justiciars. Down here, there's a dead zealot. Been broken into 1,000 pieces, but you can pick up all of his armor, and then he has some instructions here. These are from B, which is Balthazar. He says, investigate strange singing, ascertain any connection to the relic, do not deviate, return promptly. It was your gear who was singing. We found out that at least this scout got to this point, and your gear found him and made an example of him, it looks like. And another chest down here to search. Scroll of Confusion, nah. And then again, back here. Sorry, I had to mute my mic there for a second, but back here, no, just more chasm, nowhere to go, or anything like that. So we'll make our way back out of here and around the corner to the right. And now for this you need either high strength or a jump spell or scroll or something like that, or a Misty Step, something like that. I'm not going to waste any action economy here on doing this. So you can get any character you want down here to this first ledge without any issue. The problem is making this jump here. Arlak has high strength, so she's able to make that jump without a problem.
Intestines throb, blood whispers.
My bard, however, does not have high strength and can't make the jump. You want to move up to the very edge, but still, you're not going to be able to make the jump. So I could take a jumping potion or something like that, but instead I'm just going to swap the Club of Hill Giant Strength out. And now I'm able to make it. Then once I'm over here, I can take the Club of Hill Giant Strength and I can give it to the next person in line, so to speak.
What's next?
And then Shadowheart can equip it.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
And then again, pass it off to Astarion. Astarian's doesn't need it. He can make it because of his high strength. Because of the potion, or the elixir, that he's currently under. And now everybody's over here.
What's going on?
There are a couple of minor things to look at out here that you can pick up. And then you have access to this room here. And I'm gonna break my group,
There's work to do.
go to Shadowheart, have her equip the Justiciar's Great Shield. That's going to give her advantage on perception checks. She's going to cast Guidance.
Let's try this way.
And actually, I'm going to do one more thing, because I believe this check is pretty sporty. Okay, I'm gonna have her just refresh Guidance. Okay, there it is. So she passed the perception check. Let me see what that is. Okay, so it is a DC 20. So having Mark of the Shifter there helped us pass it. We rolled a 3. I guess we'd have just barely passed it without it, but only because we rolled a 4 on Guidance. So it is a higher perception check, so make sure you're ready for it. And all it is some gold. So again, you don't have to
I'd love to, thanks.
do any
Got it.
work to find that or anything like that. But just to let you know, it is there, and if you're going to go for it, kind of buff yourself up a little bit and get ready for it.
Yo!
Okay, so here you have, we'll pick up the stuff on the table first. And then here you have a book, Reflections Upon the Mirror of Loss. Now, it tells you kind of the backstory behind the Mirror of Loss. You're not going to encounter the Mirror of Loss until Act 3, inside the House of Grief. But this lets you know kind of some history behind it. Now, there were 2 Mirrors of Loss. Here's one right here.
Whatever comes.
There was magic in this glass once. Dark, hungry magic.
Okay, and it lets you know that there used to be magic in the Mirror of Loss here. And I forgot to cast... I wasn't ready for the Arcana check there. But it lets you know that the Mirror of Loss here doesn't work anymore.
The mirror is shattered and beyond any use.
Okay, but if you pass the Arcana check, it lets you know that there used to be some dark, hungry magic in it. And you're going to see much more of this, like I say, when you get into the House of Grief in Act 3. There's nothing you can do with this one. It is completely out of service. There is a silver key back here, though. Okay, the gilded chest here is what the silver key goes to. Just some gems and some gold.
Chamber of Command.
Okay, so you kind of learn a little bit
Useful.
in preparation for the real Mirror of Loss, which you will, like I say, we're going to see quite a bit later on. Okay, now to get out of here, you don't have to go through all of the jumping again. You can just fast travel out of here. Back to the Gauntlet of Shar. And you can make your way back into this area if you want. So we're going to head back over there just to do a little more, a last bit of exploration. Because I didn't get a chance to explore this. So we're gonna have to play around with this a little bit later on. Okay, now here, as we mentioned, is a different way to get into where your gear is at. If you go in that way, your gear will automatically be hostile, and they will attack. You won't get any opportunities for dialogue if you come in this way. But this is the upper floor here to your gear's area.
What a charmer. There we go.
And you can sit on his throne if you'd like. You don't get anything for it or anything. But this upper area is right over here. And you want to make sure that you do come up here at some point. Because around the back there's kind of a hidden chest back here. So elixir fire resistance is always good. Superior arcane cultivation is always good as well. Okay, and now if we look at our map, we've pretty well cleared things out over here. There's one more little area that we can go look at. There's not a whole lot in it, but I'll just go show it to you. And that's all the way through over here. Oh, you can search the hanging corpses. Can't reach them.
That's just horrible.
And that's over here. We'll just split Karlach off here. Make the jump over. There's this broken stairwell, or stairway over here. And again, all that's over here is just a couple of searchable skeletons.
And
Potion of flying. Okay. And then this leads you, you can jump down onto this platform, which again leads you right back into the area where we just were. Alright. So we should have now completely explored the entire eastern side of the Gauntlet. We've fully explored the western side of the Gauntlet. What we need to do now is the actual trials themselves. And that's going to be the main focus of today's episode. I'm going to jump back over here. I'm going to group everybody up. And we're going to fast travel back. And now we are right here at the entrance to the Gauntlet of Shar.
No, never mind.
Okay, so you start
My step.
by making your way down this stairwell here, and there are going to be several things that you can search while you're on your way down. Again, more orders from Balthazar here, which he wanted you to search in the library. The ghouls here obviously didn't make it to the library. They came up a little short in that, and again, probably hunted down by your gear and his allies. But let's go get ready for the first trial.
And win my embrace. Her most vaunted treasure.
Worthy Lady Shar. No time to dally. This way.
Okay, so this is the soft step trial. Now, the goal of the soft step trial here is to make your way through this maze here, and I'm in top-down view, is to make your way through this maze to a back area here that has a gate back here. Now, to get through the gate, inside this room, sitting on the table here, you can just barely see it, is a key. That key unlocks that gate. You do not have to get that key. You can lockpick the gate. You can also use knock on the gate, and it will open up either way you do it. Now, what makes this complicated is that in here there are shadows that are roaming in a patrol pattern in here, and if they see you, then you will get knocked back here to the start, and you'll have to start over. So there are ways to go about doing this, and the intent of the game is that obviously, since these are Shadowheart's trials, that Shadowheart does these things. I am not going to focus on the lore of this. A couple of things I do want to look at, though. So I do have a scroll of knock on me. So I guess Shadowheart could do this. I mean, I guess what else am I going to use the scroll of knock for? And I do have plenty of potions of invisibility. So I guess I can do this with Shadowheart. I wasn't planning to. Okay, but I will. Now, the first thing you notice when you step into this room is that you're instantly red bordered. Okay. So you are not able to fast travel out of here. And what's also going to happen is that, and there's a trap disarm kit, and that's because there are some in here, but the main way to go here is down this way. There's a button that opens this sliding door. You can make your way all the way through this back archway up here, and here's the gate that takes you into here. Now, if you're doing this the real way, then what you do is you come in here, you hit this lever that takes these two walls and moves them out here. That allows you to pick up the key. You can come back out, hit the button, open this wall here, walk your way through, use the key to get in there. Another way to do it is to enter through this gate, Misty Step into this room. You can Misty Step through the gap, pick up the key, then you can Misty Step out, make your way back out here, go back this way, press the button, open the wall, and do the same thing. Okay. You can go in through this other gate, however, there are traps over here. There's a trap plate here. There's a trap plate here. And there's a third one right here. Okay, so if you're coming in this direction, then again, going to be more difficult to do. The other thing is you can Misty Step through here. Okay, press this lever. That lever unlocks this gate. Okay, and then make your way up here. So if you're trying to do this without lockpicking, you can get through all of the gates without lockpicking, because this lever will open this one. So again, there are multiple ways to work your way through here. The difficult thing about it, though, is getting seen by the shadows. You can avoid that, however, by using an invisibility potion. Now, as I mentioned in the chatting section before this, I did not get a chance to play any of this beforehand in my own playthrough. So I don't know if invisibility potions work on honor mode or not. We're going to find out here in a second. But I'm going to leave everybody else outside here. they don't have to go in with you. The door's gonna lock behind me once I interact with the bowl here, and Shadowheart's gonna be kind of locked in here on her own. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this off. Before all of the trials, I do always drop a save, just because especially one of them, the Faith Leap trial, can be a little buggy. So before I do it, I always drop a save on honor mode, and I'll interact with the sacrificial bowl.
The bowl contains an ancient rust-colored bloodstain. It forms a neat disc, as if spilled calmly and willingly. You recognize this as a trial where initiates would prove themselves to Lady Shar. This one would put their skills of stealth and infiltration to the test.
Okay, and that's going to lock you in here.
Obtain what they want.
And now you can see the detection cones of the shadows that are roaming around. And I want to examine them. Okay, they do not have sea invisibility. That's what I was worried about, is that honor mode would have given them the sea invisibility trait. But they do not have it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait here. I'm going to wait for came out of stealth. Not sure how I came out of stealth. I'm just looking real quick. So I'm going to try and do this without being seen. And once you step through the gates, that's when you can possibly be seen, so... Okay, so here he comes. As soon as his detection cone turns around, I'm going to go into turn-based mode. So now I'm going to kind of make my way down here. And you can see in turn-based mode with Shadowheart, I don't have a whole lot of movement unless I dash. So what I'm going to do first is take the invisibility potion. And now I'm just going to make my way in here up as far as I can, which is almost the limits of my movement anyway.
No time to dally.
And I'm going to end my turn. This shadow should continue on moving.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Okay, and now I'm back to Shadowheart. I can move up and press the button.
Better take a look.
Okay, and then this shadow is turned around going this way. So we're going to... dash.
Off I go.
Make our way up here and end our turn. And now we are safe here inside this back room. Once you get around the corner, then the shadow that's turned around here isn't going to come back here into this area, so you are perfectly safe at this point. So here we need to get through the wrought iron gate because we do not have the key. And now we can exit turn-based mode, go through the gate, and now we're safe. Okay, so that's an easy way to make your way through this. Now, you don't have to do this with Shadowheart and a knock spell. You can come in here with Gale if he knows the knock spell, or you can come in here with Astarion and let him lockpick this gate. Now, this gate is a pretty, it's either a DC 25 or DC 20 check, so you need somebody who's spec'd out toward sleight of hand to be able to do it. Shadowheart wouldn't be able to pick it herself because she just doesn't have the skills high enough to get to that number. But then once you're in here and done, you can read the plaques on the walls.
To be unseen is to be welcomed everywhere. A soft step is better than any armor.
Worth a rummage? Let's see.
Seek no permission. Take all that benefits you.
So it gives you some tenets of the Shoran religion. Basically, this is testing your stealth and a way to infiltrate other areas, and in doing so, take whatever you need that's going to help you out. Once you're done, you can take the transporter, and you'll end up back at the start, and you can make your way out of the room. Now, there are some crates and stuff like that inside of the SOFSEP trial, which is now completely available to you. The shadows are no longer here. All of the torches are lit up, and it kind of disables this area. So you can feel free at this point to explore all of this.
What a day. One step at a time. Traps. How considerate.
And I don't think these trap disarms are hard. They're not. Oh wow, our first nat 20. Oh. Come on. Ah, pathing. Pathing in this game will get you killed more than anything else. Ah, you click on it, and because of an angle that your camera is looking at or something, he walks forward far enough to trigger it instead. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Rolling 2 nat 20s doesn't make up for the horribleness of your pathing, Larian.
That's curious.
Okay, and now again, you can kind of see where we are. And what you would have to go through if you were coming in from this direction. This side, you're going to have to pick your way through. There's a scroll of Misty Step here, which is kind of a hint that you need to Misty Step through here to be able to activate the lever. Okay, and now we'll kind of walk around the corner and we'll illustrate how this thing is supposed to work. So what you're supposed to do is hit this lever here. These two walls will move. You can grab the soft step trial key here. And now you can either make your way around this way and Misty Step through, or you can make your way back through here and up around this way to get into that back room again as well. Okay, so that's how the soft step trial was supposed to work. But there are easier ways to do it than the intended way. And that's the case with most things in Baldur's Gate 3. Okay, so let's get the Periaptive Healing back on.
No one back home will ever believe this.
I'm carrying a little bit too much here. Okay. And now we'll make our way to the next trial.
Countless initiates walked these halls once, seeking to become Dark Justiciars. I will follow in their path. I will succeed.
Okay, so a little bit more of the lore behind the trials, and it tells you that you need the umbral gems to proceed. So each trial shall yield an umbral gem. Each gem shall bring the victor closer to the Night Singer. Okay, so this is kind of again a clue, a little hint. Stop doing that. A little hint that you need the umbral gems to continue on, through this.
Yeah.
As the game intends you to do it anyway. And now we get to the next trial here.
Her most hallowed mercy.
I wonder what the next move is. This way.
And this is the self-same trial. Now, the self-same trial is rather interesting in that you don't want to do this with multiple characters. You want to go through this with one character, and you want to do it kind of in a special way here. Now, this can go badly depending upon how you have spec'd your character out. So I want to make sure that Karlach's not in this. Oh, that's because Karlach's holding those. Okay. So with Shadowheart, I want to look through her. So she does not have hold person here equipped. Okay, so what we're going to do with Shadowheart before we do this is we are going to strip her down to her underwear. completely disarm her. And then we're going to interact with the sacrificial bowl. And again, before we do it, always drop a save.
Another bowl bearing the stains of an ancient blood offering. Another of Lady Shar's trials that her initiates must face. This one would challenge their combat prowess.
Okay, again, as soon as you do, you're going to be red bordered.
Her embrace will elude us until we shed that which holds us back.
And now, once you've interacted with the bowl, you can go and put everything back on. And we're going to go into hiding.
Good. Onward.
And enter this room. Now, the place that you're going is up here.
I smell a trap.
Okay, and if you pass the perception check, you'll see that a version of you is hiding up here and is ambushing you. Now, it's not just Shadowheart that can be up here. If you brought your entire party into this room, then there will be duplicates of all of your party members standing up here. Now you can see that the Shadowheart up here doesn't have any clothes on and is not holding any weapons, and that's because they are exact duplicates of your character at the time you interact with the bowl. Right? So if you want to make this fight much easier, then you can remove all of your items that are equipped, and then your shadows or your mirror images up here won't have any of those items. If you leave them equipped, then they're going to have all of those same items up here on them, and it can make the fight a lot more difficult. Now, Shadowheart, being a spellcaster, still has access to her spells. Alright, and that's where things can get dangerous, in that it's still possible that she can cast Hold Person on me. And if she does, then again, things can get a little sporty. Because until I pass that saving throw, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay? So, what we're going to do here to kind of start this off is, right now Shadowheart has 56 hit points. We're going to throw out Sunbeam here. She is a shadow undead, so she is vulnerable to radiant damage. So we want to try and basically one-shot her if we can. Okay, if we can't, we can't, but we can get lucky here and one-shot her. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Okay, so we didn't. She has... Oh, she was not in combat. Okay, well, she's surprised now. I wasn't prepared for the fact that she wasn't going to be in combat there. So she is still surprised. There's still a little bit left on that surprise round. So we'll end our turn here. And now let's see if we can take her out. I'm gonna move back a little bit so we get rid of disadvantage. Okay, perfect. The goal is to not let your mirrored Shadowheart get a single turn, because again, she will have access to cleric spells, and if she casts Hold Person on you again, you can end up dying. I'm out of this. But she's only going to be able to cast spells. She's not going to have any of the additional damages or anything that goes along with her armor or weapons. So once this is done, two things are going to drop. The first is the Umbral Gem. The second is Killer's Sweetheart. Don't forget to pick up Killer's Sweetheart. Killer's Sweetheart is one of the best rings in the game. Because once you kill an enemy, your next attack roll will be a critical hit. That is not true. You can trigger Killer's Sweetheart. So you can decide which attack roll you want to be a critical hit. And then it's just like using Luck of the Far Realms. And then once you've gotten that critical, then if you're wearing the Surge and Subjugation Amulet, you can turn that crit into a Paralyze. So this allows you to guarantee that you're going to be able to paralyze a target on any attack that hits once you've killed a creature. And you'll see this play out because I'm definitely going to be using it. Okay, very, very powerful ring. Don't forget to pick it up.
Onward, ever onward.
Now there are a couple of other things that you can search in here. So we'll just quickly go through and take a look at those. A few more skeletons to take a look at. And again, I'm doing this because it's honor mode. And because I'm not going to be coming back here to search it off stream. So as I mentioned, just be a little patient. We'll get through searching all of these. Pick up all of our free stuff that we can sell. Okay. Now the door's open, so we don't have to use the Flux gem up there to come back, but you certainly can. Okay, and that completes the self-same trial. So there's one trial left.
It's been a long day. Better stop to rest soon.
Let's make sure that we have... Oh, and I had the wrong pendant on. It doesn't really matter over here, though. I talked about the Surge and Subjugation Amulet. Once per long rest, when scoring a crit, you can paralyze the target for 2 turns. Combine this with Killer Sweetheart, and any hit can become a crit. That crit can then paralyze. So it's a massively powerful combination to have available to you when you're going through the game. Now I'm using the Risky Ring right now so that I can get advantage for Render of Mind and Body all the time. I'll soon be changing that out though, and you'll kind of see that as we go through. So the next trial is down the stairs.
What's cooking?
So we'll go up here, do a little more searching real quick.
Honk honk.
Her most sacred path.
Okay, now this is
We'll give it a try.
the Faith League trial. Now this one can be a little buggy. So okay, this gets me access to the jump spell for 10 turns. Now, the way to do this is that you can see, hey, Lord Henry, welcome. Thanks for being here. You can see on the ground the pathway. Okay. So you can see there's a gap here. You jump across it onto here, make your way down to here, take a right, move over here, then you can jump onto the center platform, or you can just take a right, move over here, kind of move diagonally over to the end over here. Now this is going to be a lot more difficult once you interact with the altar, in that you're not going to be able to see those anymore. Okay, so at that point it's obviously a lot more difficult to maneuver your way around. However, there's a map here that shows you where the platforms are. If you fall off of the platforms, then you end up back here. Now there is a possibility that you can fall off of the platform and die. So that is again another reason that you want to make a save before you go into this. But the way that there used to be a way where you could make your way, position yourself over here, and then all you had to do was click out here on this platform, and your character would magically path itself through all of this to get over there. Larian realized that this was the one time where Larian's pathing mechanic worked against Larian instead of against us. Because your character would just make its way over there. Larian patched that out, either in patch 6 or in patch 7, so that no longer works. You can't make your way over there just by clicking on it and letting the pathing mechanic work. You have to make your way there yourself. Now what we're going to do is kind of cheese this out a little bit. This pathway is right down the middle. Okay, so it's easy to find it. All you have to do is be lined up right behind the statue, and you can jump out here. It ends at the end here of the platform, just past the two statues here. So you know where it's going to end, so you can kind of make your way up to here, and then with the jump spell, you can jump from here to this platform. Once you're onto this platform, then again, there's another set of platforms directly behind the statue. So you can jump out to here, and then you can jump to the final platform. You need the jump spell or a really high strength to be able to do it, but since we have a free cast of the jump spell, that's how we're going to do it. Okay. Let's go in here and interact with the ancient altar. We're going to drop a save first, because again, this one especially can be a little buggy sometimes. Oh, yeah, that's the library.
Another bowl bearing the stains of an ancient blood offering. Another trial to judge the mettle of Lady Shar's initiates. This one would test their ability to navigate her sacred darkness.
These were said to be sure of foot
And now
in even the darkest recesses of Lady Shar's embrace. I must remember where to step, and have faith that she will guide me.
And that was how this
I
thing...
must remember where to step, and have faith that she will guide me.
And that's how this used to work, in that if you put your faith in Shar, that she would guide you, and you clicked out here, it made perfect sense from a lore perspective that that is how this thing was going to work. She would guide your path safely through this if you just trusted in her and clicked all the way out here. Larian, I guess, realized after the fact that that was a little bit too easy, even though it made perfect sense, so that no longer works. Okay, so what we're going to do is kind of make our way right back here behind, and again, we're going to go into turn-based mode here. Actually, we're going to cast jump, and then we're going to go into turn-based mode. Now, yeah, because both of these require a bonus action. And now I'm going to jump out here. And the best way to do this is in top-down view. Okay, they have changed this trial entirely. So you can't jump anymore. And this is why I told you at the start of today's episode that I didn't have a chance to do any testing on this at all. That's interesting. Okay. I wish I would have been able to test this because I didn't know they had changed it this way. You have 3 chances here to do this. That was my first chance. Okay. So I no longer need turn-based mode because it appears that I can't jump across that anymore. I'm anxious to know if I can jump at all in this. This could get interesting, and again, I wish I would have had more time to test all of this. Okay, so here's where it starts. Okay. So then it stops here, and you can kind of look at where it is and use the dots on the side. So the center of this is kind of right in between these dots here on the wall, which I guess are not represented. So I'm just going to move up to here. This is strange. Like I say, I didn't know that it was this way now. So this is right at the center. Okay, so right in the center here. Then it continues on straight up till just past the statues. Okay. Then you go right till you're just past the or at the halfway point between this statue and the edge of the platform, which is right here. and then go straight forward until you're just past the statues. And this is, or until you're just past the platform. And this one, there's no frame of reference, so it's going to be a little hard to judge it. Okay, and then you move right until you're again halfway between the edge of the statue and not. I'm going to kind of move forward a little bit here, I think. Move up until you're just short of the statue. And let's make sure. Yeah. Straight up from here. And again, my and then I'm going to move right until I'm in line with the statue. So here's the statue. And then again, not much of a frame of reference for where this corner is at, but it's past the platform. So kind of out here. And this is going to be the one, I think, where things start to get a little squirrely. Okay, and then you move back one to the left. And I wonder if I can jump. That's this is bad because I don't know if I can jump or not. I don't know if I can jump. Okay, so we're gonna move back to the left to be in line here again. And this is kind of to the left side of the platform, so kind of in here. And then moving up, and again, now you're at about a 45-degree angle off this platform. And again, this is where it's going to get a little squirrely because there's no frame of reference here for where this one is. Okay, and this turn I think is going to be the death of me because there's no real frame of reference for where this turn is. It's a little bit closer to this statue than it is this one. Yeah, just a tad closer. I'm actually going to do something. Pardon me, I'll be right back. Okay, I actually went up to my screen to look. It's exactly halfway between the two statues. Okay, so... or between the statue and the orb, so... that just seems like it's too far. Because that's about halfway. So I'd have to move forward quite a bit to get to here. This is going to be the death of me. Okay. Now you don't want to move all the way to the middle because, again, all you have to do is move left just one tile, which puts you off the right edge of the final platform. So you would just want to move to somewhere like here. And we'll see if we make it or not. Okay, so again, I just don't know if I can jump. Because if I could jump with the jump spell, I just do it. I think I need to move just a tad bit more here. Okay, and if I'm here, then I should be able to just walk straight forward just a little bit, because the path is straight. Okay, and then you walk up just to the edge of the platform. I'm actually nervous here, chat. Sorry, give me a second. The adrenaline is going. I love it when video games get my adrenaline going, because my hands are actually twitching. So just before it, I can turn left and then step onto the platform. Boy, Larian made this a lot more stress-inducing, I am not gonna lie. Oh. Okay. You know, this trial was never... I'll give Larian this. This trial was always a piece of cake. There was nothing... It was the easiest out of all of them. Because again, all you had to do was click out here and your character would path all the way there. So they made it to get rid of that, and I guess at the same time made it to get rid of jump, and it turned this trial into the most nerve-wracking, fear-inducing trial out of all of them now. So I will give Larian that. That is probably for the better they did it, but I hate it now. I hate this trial.
That's the last one. The inner sanctum is within reach now.
So she's going to get an inspiration for that. And now we are definitely not going back through that.
You have triumphed at every turn.
Now we're going to end up back here.
Seek out my inner sanctum.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oof. Nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking. Okay, so now Shadowheart should have all of the Umbral gems. So we've got, well, the 3 that she picked up. 1, 2, and 3. I believe my bard has the 4th. Yes, we do. So we have all 4 of the Umbral gems now. There's one more room that we want to clear out. And again, because I did not have any time to do any testing here, I've probably forgotten how this room works. But I know the main gist of it, but the puzzle, I don't know if I remember. So we're going to kind of play this by ear and hope it works out. So you've got a lever handle here, and I will break my group and do this. Now before I take this elevator, I'm going to drop a save. as just the same as with all non-cutscene based elevators. They can sometimes glitch out. And here's the lever base. So now you can insert the lever handle. And that makes this a full lever here. And you'll kind of see I'm not going to trust the elevator again. I'm going to make my way down here. Okay, and that lever works just like this one. It calls the elevator to its particular point. So the elevator should come down now. Yep. That lever up top calls this elevator back up to the top. Okay. But we're not going to utilize the elevator. We're going to move everybody in here. We're going to put them in hiding. We're going to split the group. Okay, so yes. Karlak, myself, okay, Shadowheart. Astarion is the only one that doesn't have it. Okay.
Keeping my head down. Should mind my step.
I'm going to go in here with somebody that has alert. Okay, and you can see that there are detection cones happening in here, and there's this shimmering area here. Now inside of here are Dark Justiciars. Okay, so you have Night Weavers, who are your spellcasters and that sort of stuff. You have, however, you can see that they're silenced, right? And that's because the librarian here is emitting a silence aura. You're being quiet in the library, which makes sense that this is silenced. Now you can do this combat a couple of different ways, in that you can leave the librarian there and fight in here against the Dark Justiciars who are silenced. I tend not to do that. I tend to remove the silence aura so that I'm able to have the combat with my full utility of spells. That allows them to do the same. So it's upsides and downsides to allowing this to happen. But one thing that I can do is step into this room, and you can see I'm silenced. Now, my ranged attacks can reach all the way down here to the librarian. And if you watch the detection cones, the Dark Justiciars never come up this far. Okay? So I'm going to wait for this Dark Justiciar to kind of turn around and go the other way. And I'm going to start attacking the librarian here with control. Okay, and now I can go back into hiding. And now I have access to all of my spells while I'm doing this fight in here, and I'm still not in combat. Okay, now a couple of different ways to play out this fight again. And I'm going to try and position them so that I can get access to all of them during a surprise round. because the Night Weavers do not have alert. Okay, so I'm going to kind of wait here. Okay, so that I'm not close enough to get everybody, only close enough to get him. So we'll exit turn-based mode real quick. We'll move down here and trigger turn-based mode. So we'll wait for him to turn around and come back. Because there are 4 of them in this room. Yeah, you can just see the 4th right now.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Oh, there's actually 5. Okay. That's bad. I need to take a short rest. Let's not do it there.
Another step forward.
I don't have any of my bardic inspirations, and there's no point in doing this. Short.
Better be
Of
cautious.
those. Now we'll come back in and do it
Knife
again.
in the dark.
Okay, so we will do a slashing flourished ranged. Sure. Get him. Can't get him. See if we can move down here. Into it. Still not. Okay, now we can. Okay, and that gets us a surprise round.
I was trying to concentrate. Silent as the grave.
And we definitely want to get rid of this Night Weaver first, if we can. So, actually, I'm going to hold Astarian back here, because I want to start
on, let's
Karlach,
go.
who's got alert.
Shadow lag.
So hopefully she rolls in front of the other Night Weavers here for initiative. Okay, so throw. We're gonna throw the lightning jabber.
Go on.
Okay, and she did roll in front of them, which is good. So we will now roll with the returning pike.
Easy out.
Remove that one, and we will frenzy. Now that removed a detection cone. Okay, so now Astarian can get all the way back here to this Night Weaver in the back without triggering anybody else.
A trap. Someone doesn't like visitors. Be careful. There are traps about.
We'll go after this Night Weaver here. Okay. So now we'll move down here to the Soul Hunter. Actually, there's 6 in this room.
On the way.
Okay, so 1 hit point left. I'd prefer not to waste his attack on that.
I need to concentrate.
And again, I prefer not to waste Shadowhearts either. I think we'll just save that one for the next turn. And let's see where we can position Shadowheart to get... We want to take out the Nightweaver. The others are melee or ranged base. We want to get rid of the spellcasters. Can Shadowheart get a line of sight from here? I doubt it. Oh, she can. Okay, good. So we'll bump this up. Might as well use level 4. I've got extra level 4 spells. Oh, because of retort. Yeah, that's why. I forgot I was on the first turn of that, she missed. Okay. I forgot they've got Radiant Retort. You can't use Radiant spells on them or else that comes back to you twofold as force damage. That's what I forgot about. I had Astarion still left on Radiant damage, I'm pretty sure. Yes, I did. So...
Moving.
No choice but to keep going. What path lies before me?
Concentrate.
Whoops, that was the wrong click. That was stupid.
Gods, it's hot in here. Knees high.
I missed this.
Okay, so another slashing flourished ranged here. Him and the Nightweaver. We're actually going to cast. I don't think they're. Yeah, they're just resistant to necrotic damage. And I missed. Okay. That gets rid of the spellcasters, which is the main thing I wanted to do. So I'll move my high armor class
Need to
up
find a
here
way forward.
to give this ranged attacker disadvantage.
My faith will protect me. On I go. Take two.
Heating up.
Okay, so can Karlach throw from there? She can.
Easy.
Okay. And next is Astarion, and we should be able to kill this Avenger here. We are on Psychic again, right? Yes, we are.
Come on then.
Alright. So I messed up by leaving him on Radiant for his damage selection. But other than that, went okay.
No traps, please.
What's next, I wonder?
All right.
Oh. Come here. Okay, we'll do a little searching in here. And back here you have a closed library section scroll. Okay, so only those who have proven themselves worthy to the Mistress of Night are invited to look upon her secrets. 4 controls adorn these walls, 1 permits entry. Place yourself at the center of the sanctum, seek the northwest corner. Okay. So it kind of tells you how to solve this puzzle.
Don't linger.
So if you're standing here, you want to go to the northwest corner. North and west is right here.
My faith will guide me.
I must keep going.
That worked. The door's open.
Okay. Now, you need the Riddle of the Night here. And
Trust no one.
again, what just happened there? Okay, it gave me a save. Whew. I pulled my iPad off of the holder above my keyboard and it accidentally hit my keyboard and everything disappeared. So, I need to go look up and find out which book this is because, again, I didn't have time to test this, so I apologize. Ran out of time while I was playing Dragon Age to find out which book I need to get. Okay, so... Okay. So we're gonna take
What now?
Astarion,
Let's move.
and we're gonna disarm these books. First, we're going to see if there's a trap here.
Let's get on with it.
So Shadowheart should have the shield on.
No time to waste.
Okay, so there's not a trap there.
Keep your distance, darling.
So Astarion is going to disarm these books. Then if you search them, the Tome of the Self-Same Trial, that's not the one that we need.
Let's hope for gold.
Okay, so it's not this one. It must be over here.
A long way to go still. Need to keep going.
Best avoid that trap.
Okay. So found both of those.
Moving.
We'll have Astarion go disarm them both. And this is the book that you need. Teachings of Loss, the Nightsinger. Okay, we can go through and disarm the rest of these if we would like. Okay, and there are more books in here about the various trials that we've been through.
Well, hello.
We'll give that back to Karlach. The Night Weavers are and the Dark Justiciar is just going to have various small items on them and that sort of stuff. Crafting ingredients. Gilded chest here with more crafting ingredients.
Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
One more little place to search here, and then we'll head to the back. Okay.
What to do? Can't slow down.
Now, I believe...
Wits and blades, always sharp.
Have to keep pushing.
Looks like a trap there.
And there should be 4 gas pit traps around here, and these are going to trigger if you insert the wrong thing
Careful.
into there. We're not going to, but we might as well disarm these. Okay, these are 21, so we will put on the smuggler's ring here. And we
There's no
will
time to
cast
waste.
guidance
This'll
on
help.
Starian.
How delicious.
I'm bound to roll double nat ones here pretty quick. I haven't seen one of those in a while, so that was pretty close. Okay. And now everything in here is freed up.
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, scroll of dimension door. Even those scrolls encumbered her. Okay, some notes here. So your talks about, again, more the path forward to becoming a Dark Justiciar and from being an initiate
I'm
of
ready.
Lady
Whatever
Shar.
it takes.
And let's remove a couple of things off of Shadowheart.
Worth
And the
trying.
Riddle of the Night.
What can silence the Nightsong?
Going to insert the Teachings of Loss Nightsinger book. That we picked up. We need the right one. It's Teachings of Loss the Nightsinger. Was Astarion not the one to pick it up? There it is. And that's going to open this back area here.
Onward in her name.
Okay, now in here is the Spear of the Night. This is a key thing that is needed to continue on down Shadowheart's path to becoming a Dark Justiciar. Okay, so we're going to pick it up.
This is no
We're going to pick up the Dark
ordinary
Justiciar half plate.
spear. May be important. Best keep it close.
There are some plaques on the walls here.
Trust your secrets to the night. Deliver the Night Mother's mercy upon her enemies.
And a gilded chest that has a Dark Justiciar helm. Now this is a really good helmet for, again, that critical hit build that you're looking for. The +1 bonus to saving throws against spells is always nice. However, the while obscured, the number you need to roll a critical hit while attacking is reduced by 1. This effect can stack. This is one of those key pieces that you need to get your critical hit all the way down to a 15. I think the max is a 14 that you can get it down to. But if you're going to go that crit hit build route, this is certainly a way that can help you do it by giving you an additional 5% chance to crit.
Let's see what we have here.
Shroud yourself in blackest night.
Okay, so let's unburden Shadowheart, because we're not going to be wearing either of those things right this second. Where's the Dark Justiciar half plate? The Dark Justiciar half plate, while you're obscured, the wearer has advantage on stealth checks, and you have advantage on concentration saving throws. Shar's Aegis is Shield of Faith, so you get a free casting of that once per long rest as well. The Spear of the Night we're going to leave on her, so we're going to unburden her of some other things. Okay. And that should work.
No time to rest. That put the wind back in my sails.
Okay, so now we are done in the library. And we have completed the Trials of Shar. Okay. Now, there's a problem that we are going to have. And I have not... I saw this in a video. I can't find the video to know where you do it from. But there's a way to avoid the elevator entirely. And it involves jumping down to this platform. You can use Featherfall and jump your characters down here to this platform. The problem is the elevator. Okay, so... wrong way. So here, if you interact with the Ancient Altar, which is obviously missing an Umbral Gem, Actually,
All's
I'll
well that
use...
ends not as bad as it could have.
That's going to bring this elevator up here.
Wait. Nothing. Nothing's wrong at all. It's fine. Really. I just feel we're on the right track. I'm right where I need to be. Under Lady Shar's gaze.
So the problem is this elevator. Okay. Now, the way this is intended to work is you move your party onto the elevator and you click
How much farther can I go?
the button here to trigger the elevator, which is going to go out and down, and it's going to dock down here, and that gets you access to this lower area down here. The problem with this elevator is twofold. One, there's a possibility that as soon as you click on the elevator to have it move, that the elevator will move, and your characters that are on the elevator do not move with the elevator. The elevator moves out from underneath you, and your characters fall into this chasm and die. Now, the problem with that is that this game is also glitched out with this chasm, in that when you die, you cannot be resurrected. You kind of glitch into a wall down here, and you're not able to be rezzed. If you are downed because you have something like death ward or something like that brings you back to 1 hit point, you become stuck inside a wall down there, and again, you can't jump out, you can't, or anything like that. So the way to get around this is, one, to either not use the elevator at all, and I was not able to find that video again. I have seen somebody jump down here. I can't remember where it was, where they jumped from to actually make it down there. So I'm going to experiment a little bit here, because I know you can get down here at this location. I know you can also get here to this location. So I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting here while I've got you all here, and see if I can find that spot. I looked exhaustively for that video again, and couldn't find it, but I know I have seen it, and I've seen references to it on Reddit where people have said just jump down the stairs, and they gave a vague explanation of where it is. So we're going to try and go find it, but another way to do it is to have one character ride the elevator and hope that that character makes it down to the bottom. Because if they do, then you can insert the gems, open the door, and there's a waypoint inside. And then you can fast travel the rest of your party to the waypoint. Okay? So that's another way to get around it. So what we're going to first of all do is try and find that spot. I'm going to try and find it with my bard, because my bard has Featherfall. So I'm going to leave everybody else up here, and we're going to try and find where that spot is. And I'm going to try from over here. I'm also going to try from down here around this area, and I'm going to take because we've taken the short rest, since then. Oh, that's per long rest, isn't it? Whoops. No, it's per short rest. Okay, good. So we have the jump spell available to us to use. I'm going to take a elixir of hill giant strength here. That's going to get me the most possible jumping distance that I can have, and I can cast Featherfall as a ritual spell. All right. So let's go see if we can find that spot, and we're going to first go over to your gear side here, because they said that one of the Reddit posts was you can jump from the area at the bottom of the stairs that lead to your gear. I'm not entirely sure what that means, so we're gonna do some exploration here. And again, I apologize, I just ran out of time to do all of this testing myself, so I'm kind of going through this part of it blind. Okay, so we're gonna head over here. I don't think I can jump from up here. Or maybe I can, actually. No, path is interrupted. Target's too far. I don't know if... Let's try the other things first without the jump spell. And that's an interesting suggestion, Lord Henry. I don't know if I have any. I do. Yeah, target is too far down there from that point. But again, let's do some experimentation here before we try and use the jump spell. I do have one more short rest left. I shouldn't have used that short rest earlier after the library battle. I should have saved it for this. Because I think up here, the path is going to be blocked by the parapets. Yeah, path is all interrupted here. Yeah, path interrupted. So let's head down here and see what we can do from around here. Okay, so target's too far there, but let's go into, or let's activate the jump spell, go into turn-based mode. Can we do it from here? It's just barely too far. Target is too far from there. Can we get a little height? Okay, target's too far from all of those, and I don't think I can get out here. I can't. Okay. We'll try from here on our next turn. We'll dash. Possibly M. but I'm gonna try and... If I can't find this spot, then I'm just gonna do it one character at a time.
Making me sweat.
Someone there?
Down the
right.
down the elevator.
What now?
Yeah, 2-4. Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to worry about this. I'm going to head back up to the top. And we'll just do it one at a time, and hopefully... Now, I'll be the first to say that I have never experienced this bug. Okay? I have never encountered it, but I know literally hundreds of other people have. So I am just gonna hope that I get lucky here while we go through this, and we will see what happens. Okay.
Can't afford to stay idle. Worth a shot?
On the altar is an inscription. Brave the gauntlet of your Lady Shar, surmount her trials, and rise a Dark Justiciar. Your convictions are proven true. This is the Gauntlet of Lady Shar. Perhaps here you can show yourself to be worthy. A Dark Justiciar at last. Lady Shar's values are clear. Her children must excel in stealth, combat, and navigating her sacred darkness. Lastly, she asks for a sacrifice. To become a Dark Justiciar, one must spill the blood of a Selûnite.
A lot of nat 20s. I hope that doesn't mean I'm going to roll a nat 1 figuratively on the elevator.
The Dark Lady's cadre of elite warriors. The most faithful, the most envied, the most ruthless.
Onward.
Okay, and the traversal gem here is what activates it. Now, there's one more thing to do here. I'm going to drop a save. Now, I would never do this normally, but you're going to see a black screen for a second there. Okay, I would never do this normally, but in honor mode, there is a way to reset your game without it saving. It's an exploit that I would never use. However, if this game glitches here, through no fault of my own, I'm going to use it. Okay? So there's a way to reset me back to this exact state right here, if the elevator glitches me out. So let's just see what happens here.
The disc is moving. One step closer to finishing Lady Shar's goal.
Because it's not just there. Also, when you get down to the bottom, your character can be stuck in the elevator and not able to move. Okay, so we made it okay. I'm not going to save yet. It's going to drop an autosave here in a second. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm safe. As soon as I cross this threshold, I'm going to get an autosave. And everything should be okay. Okay, and there's the waypoint.
My initiates undertook their final preparations. The end is near.
Okay. So now everything is fine. We got lucky on the elevator. We didn't encounter the glitch. So I'm not going to talk about the way to avoid or to reset your game. Again, it's an exploit that I would never do or contemplate in honor mode, except if the game is going to glitch out on me. There's one other spot in this game, here in Act 2, where that could possibly happen as well, and we're going to, again, pay attention at that spot. We actually ran into this glitch in our Bard playthrough later on when we get into the Mind Flare colony. But for now, I think we're going to be okay.
I wonder what
So
the next move is.
here we can read the gifts down here.
Better get to it.
Trust your secrets to the night. Deliver the Night Mother's mercy upon her enemies. Shroud yourself in blackest night.
And just a couple of things that we can search here. Okay,
Let's
now
try this
we
way.
are going to take a long rest before we go into this. Now, the way that we have played this out, again, we have left Balthazar alive. We are going to encounter Balthazar down here in the Shadowfell, and we want to have a full complement of our abilities available to us when we go into that, because we're going to have a fight with Balthazar, and we're going to have that fight down there. So we'll kind of go through that portion of it here in a bit. And I'm actually, yeah, Lord Henry, I haven't forgotten about that. I'm going to save that, and please remind me again. It's not going to be for the fight in the Shadowfell that I'm going to to use that. Gale is not going to be with us until after we are done with the Shadowfell. We will definitely have that back with us before we finish up the rest of the things after we've done the assault on Moonrise. But right now we're not gonna do that buff for now. So let's go ahead and take our long
Nothing
rest
hurts
here.
anymore.
Okay, let's go around and have a quick set of conversations.
Just what I need.
I feel the weave growing more distant by the moment. We walk Shar's path now. Best we don't spend too long in her shadow.
You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's your fault.
Okay, nothing else there.
Have to keep going.
Well met.
You wish to consult me?
Okay, now we'll head down here. Get the rest of the conversations.
What can I do for you, my friend?
Okay, one more.
What's on your mind?
Alright, nothing there. So we'll take our long rest. We're going to get to an extremely pivotal point of this game.
It's been a day, Scratch. Come here, boy.
Just a bad dream. It's all right.
Goblins had me in a cage. Poked me with pointy sticks.
Hush now, it was just a nightmare. We're safe here with Mistress. He'll settle in. Give it a little time. He's still young. I remember Gauntlet would let me sleep under his cloak when I was a pup. It helps.
No hurt, Scratch. Never.
Easy now. The Guardian's just looking out for us. I suppose I did. You've been good to us. To both of us. Gauntlet would be happy I'm with you, I think.
Like it here. Warm fire. Scratch reminds me of Big Brother. Used to. Mother ate him.
Thank you.
And if you don't have it, that is how you get the achievement for petting them both at the same time, is through that cutscene. Okay, so Astarion is going to take his
Never a dull moment.
elixir, and we will leave camp. I don't think anybody else has anything to say. Doesn't look like it. And yes, Sam, I did talk about it. Also, if you look at the community tab, you will see that I put up a post about it as well. But yes, the short answer is that we will be streaming it, and I will be streaming it tomorrow. At the same time as this live. Have a sword equipped? I do not.
No one stopped me yet.
What am I to do?
Okay, so let's make sure Astarian's got the correct ring on. Whoops. What ring was Shadowheart wearing? Was that the Ring of Twilight? I can't remember. No, it was the Coruscation ring. Okay, so get rid of the Ring of Jumping here.
Looking ahead.
And we're gonna go with Killer's Sweetheart for this fight. Okay, now some important things to realize down here. And oh, I'm also going to take Karlach and give her an elixir of Hill Giant Strength. I want her throwing attack to be as high damaging as we can get it. Okay. So, an important thing to realize before you click on the Shadowfell. The Shadowfell is a point of no return. That means that as soon as you go in here, a lot of the game is going to change. And the main thing that changes about that... Geez, what happened with... Thank you, Lord Henry. How many times do I have to click on that thing for it to go in there? The main thing to realize that when you enter the Shadowfell that's going to happen is that all of your waypoints from Act 1 are going to disappear. So everything from the Wilderness, the Underdark, the Githyanki Creche, all of those waypoints, and hence all of those areas of the game are going to no longer be accessible. Okay? So if this is your last chance to go and pick up any items or do anything like that before you get to finishing Act 2. Okay? So that's the important thing to know about the Shadowfell here, is that it is a point of no return. Right? So if we go through our quest line, we have nothing else to do here. We need to go into this area and accompany her. Okay? And the Shadowfell's fairly straightforward, and for the last part of the stream here, we'll have some interesting stuff going on. Again, I have not tested this. Well, I've tested the part of it that's important, but I have not gone through this fight down here on my own. I went through it again on a patch 7 playthrough, or a patch 7 save, and it worked out the way I normally expected it to. However, not entirely sure it's going to be that easy here on Honor Mode, but we will see how it goes. Okay, so first thing I do want to make sure I do is Astarian needs to be back on radiant damage.
Must lug my guts through this hell.
And let's go to the Shadowfell.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
This must be the last step. I need to pray. Only by Lady Shar's grace did we even make it this far. All right. No need to dash in ahead of me. I'm ready. Some prayers are answered more quickly than others. Let's continue.
Okay, that's going to update her quest line. Basically to say that we're ready to go in to see her final test. You're going to get a warning here.
Is gathered. You are ready, or so you hope.
That the entire state of the region could change and some active quests may become unavailable. So make sure you're completely finished up in Act 1, and that includes the Underdark and the Githyanki Kresh before you enter here, because they are no longer going to be accessible.
As you step into the silent water, a foreign dread travels through you. It curls its way up your leg, squeezing tight.
Lady Shar. I can feel her all around. This is her domain. This is the Shadowfell.
You cleared the way for me, true soul. What promising flesh you are. As a reward, I shall let you bear witness to my masterpiece.
This is the Dark Lady's domain. He does not belong here.
The Shadowfell, or at least a little pocket of it, repurposed to house the realm. There is not a shadow of a doubt. But don't take my word for it. Come, see for yourself.
Okay, and we are now in the Shadowfell. And the Shadowfell is Shar's domain. So she has ultimate control in this place. But as Balthazar said, they have kind of taken a pocket through his magic. He has taken a part of it and turned it to his use. Now, the other thing you notice is that we have the Featherfall condition permanently while we're in here, very similar to the Astral Prism.
Hello.
So we're just going to make our way down.
Hear my words of faith. Blessed Nightsinger, witness my adoration.
And you will get little interactions from the Dark Justiciars up here. You can pick up a few things on the way down. And it's a really cool interaction that Shadowheart is getting all the way down, reaffirming her vows to Shar as she goes, basically.
Nearly there. I have to keep going. Lady Shar's wish, as sure as might be free. Lady Shar's will shall be done, as sure as might will fall.
And then you have to jump over here to this little slanted side area. Okay, and now when you get here, we need to do something a little special. Well, I do, in the way I'm going to get set up for this. Okay, so I'm going to put everybody into hiding. I'm going to break my group.
Wanna dance?
I'm going to make my way around the outside here.
Halfling essence.
As much as I savor our conversations, it's high time we got started.
Do what you will. I cannot prevent you. But you know as well as I will come for you.
And you want to be in hiding when you do this, because if you're not, as soon as you jump down here,
So enthralled by gory
you're going to
revenge
trigger a
fantasy,
cutscene. I want to trigger
you
that
may find
cutscene
yourself
on my
disappointed
own
by
time,
reality.
in my own way.
Let us find out.
I can't afford to fail.
I'm going to take off Lathander's, the blood of Lathander just for a little bit here. While I make my way over here.
Someone's coming?
Once I'm up here, then I'll re-equip it.
Do you hunger for more? Am I not enough to keep you sated?
And last is my bard.
I live 1,000 years in solitude, and may my eyes open that putrid visage again.
Only 1,000.
Okay. So, again, let's take a look at Balthazar. Because I have not had this fight on honor mode. Like I said, I was not able to test any of this. But he does have spectral aspect that he can adopt after being struck. And that means he has resistance to a bunch of stuff. He can't be bone chilled, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, or anything. He can also fly while in this form. I have not experienced how hard this is going to make it for me to hit him when we're going through this fight the way I want to play it out. The other thing is the dead waste. So once per round when a creature dies, he can use a legendary action to create basically Hunger of Hadar kind of thing around the area where that enemy died. All right. Now, I'm going to have to be very careful here about killing things, because even though my guess is that even though he's able to cast this kind of, whenever he wants, that he's probably still going to be able to cast it inside of darkness. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be fighting from inside of darkness here. And my guess is that if I kill a creature inside of that darkness, he's going to be able to cast that on me inside, or on the dead enemy inside the darkness. I don't think he probably should be able to do that if we were going by tabletop rules, but my guess is that's what's going to happen. And if that happens, that means I have to move out of that darkness, because I need to get out of the range of this spell, and then things could, go a little bit bad. So I'm anxious, I'm a little nervous about this fight, I'm not gonna lie, because I have not played out this exact fight in honor mode to see if this works or not. But we will, I guess, see how it goes. So I'm going to kind of step up here and I'm going to drop myself out of hiding, and I should start a cutscene.
Balthazar, come to add more bars to my cage? Or perhaps to lead this would-be Justiciar's blade directly to my heart? I invite you. Heap more sins upon your head. My retribution will be all the sweeter for them.
All this time, and you still failed to appreciate the gifts I bestowed on you, Aylin. Sad to see a thing of beauty not recognize its own worth. But General Thorm, he appreciates you, and he wants you close at hand. So, I am here to whisk you back to him.
Ketherick. I welcome the sight of him after these 100 years. He whose immortality I supply with my very soul.
General Thorm. I'm sure you'll be on your best behavior for him, but just in case, I've taken some precautions. Keep back. It will take quite some concentration to secure Aylin for her little journey.
The Nightsong is Shar's sacrifice. She's my destiny. He cannot have her.
Okay, so I might have messed up here. I forgot one key thing to how I'm going to play this out. I'm going to search, as soon as the combat starts, I'm going to search my inventory. If I don't have it, I don't have any choice but to reset the game here. But honestly, I can't remember if it auto-saved when we got into the Shadowfell or not. I might have just messed up this entire way I was going to do this. I should have, like I say, this is a mistake on my part, and this would be a big one. Yeah, this would be a big one. So we'll see.
Fly at me, you fool! You cannot stop what is to come!
Okay, so Astarion rolled first? No. Okay. We rolled... Okay, so Karlach rolled first. Well, this entire thing is going to... Yeah, I'm screwed. Gonna have to do something I don't like to do, and it might not honestly make any difference, because I don't know when the last time this thing saved was. Yeah, you're gonna get a black screen for a second. You guys always encouraging me to do the worst things. And again, this might not even matter, because if it auto-saved inside the Shadowfell, doesn't matter. Things are over. So we'll have to play this out in an entirely different way, because I did not follow my notes. I was too busy talking and didn't even have my notes pulled up. But we'll see where the save is. All right, let's see where we are. I would never normally do this. Okay, so it did work. I would never normally do this, but honestly, this way of doing this is incredibly intriguing. I want to show it to you. And the only way I can do it, though, is if I have a very specific thing planned out here. And for this, I'm going to head back to camp. And
always at your side.
Well met. Sorry, but there's no room for me. I like how you think.
Yes, Ostamura, you actually did. I'm going to respec Wyll.
Heading out. Let's chew the fur.
Thou walkest alone. On all these harsh nights, thou hast sought no company. Love is no domain of mine, but it is often cited as the purpose of mortal life. Wherefore turnst thou from it? And thus...
Okay, now
spin. Dost thou require a new
there are two
app as
things,
thou
or two
desire?
ways to do this, the way that I'm going to do. First is with a scroll of silence. You can go around to the various vendors and try and find a scroll of silence and see if you can purchase it. I had one on my off-stream playthrough when not my honor mode one, but my regular testing one, and was able to use it. Otherwise, with Wyll, there is a way to go about getting this with him. And we're going to go with the Great Old One. Our cantrips don't matter as much. Okay, these spells, again, don't matter as much. The ability is fine here with Charisma. Okay, I'm going to up my Dexterity. Now, Wyll is going to be especially useful for this for a couple of reasons. The first of which is here. I'm going to give him Devil Sight so he can fight in darkness. Okay, and Agonizing Blast for his spells doesn't really matter as much. Okay, for my Pact Boon, it doesn't really matter. which one of these I pick. I'm going to pick Pact of the Tome here just because I don't need Pact of the Blade. But again, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to give him Darkness here for his first level 2 spell. Okay, for his feat, he's going to take Ability Improvement, get his Charisma up to 19. For his spells here, again, doesn't really matter as much. I'll take Misty Step, though. What you're looking for is Warlock level 7. So for his second group of Eldritch Invocations, I'll take Repelling Blast here, even though I'm not going to want to use it very much in this fight. I am going to take Hunger of Hadar for his first level 3. Okay, level 6 he's going to get Entropic Ward, which is nice. This is like Warding Flare. It imposes disadvantage on attack roll against you. And again, for this, I'm going to just take Counter Spell. That can be useful in this fight as well. Now, Warlock level 7 is the important one, because you'll get an Eldritch Invocation. That Eldritch Invocation is going to be Book of Ancient Secrets. That allows Wyll to get the Silence spell. Okay. For his level 4 here, just take Banish. Now here for the feat, I'm going to take Ability Improvement again, Dexterity up, and Charisma up to 20. And for his last level here, doesn't really matter what I take out of this list. Okay, and now to get him equipped. And what we did, Ostomer, is we went into the Shadowfell and realized that the entire way that I was going to play this, which is very, very interesting and quite useful in this particular way, it wasn't going to work because I didn't have the silence spell available to me. I had the spell available via Shadowheart, but Shadowheart cannot be the one to cast it. Okay? So it needs to be somebody with silence other than your main character and Shadowheart. Neither one of those two can be the ones to cast it. Okay, so Mouse is going to be a good one for him because it's going to give him a +1 to his spell save DC, or yeah, to his attack rolls with his spells. The Potent Robe is obviously Will's best item to have. Then I believe I have one, the Dark Justiciar helm, already on me. Sorry, just going through a little bit of equipping him real quick. As best we can, because again, most of this stuff isn't going to be necessary. He's going to be a one-trick pony down here. Having shield would be nice. Those gloves would also be nice, but I don't know if I have the other gloves. Yeah, here's the +1 bonus to spell attack rolls. Which is better for the boots. Don't think any of these matter, but I'll take the Boots of Speed from Astarion. Or the helmet, it doesn't matter. I'll swap out that mantle to him. Okay, and then the helm, I believe either Shadowheart or Karlach has it. Yeah, so Wyll is not proficient with medium armor. Okay. So, sorry again, folks. I know we're spending some time here doing not the most interesting gameplay in the world. I'm definitely going to go long tonight. So, we'll give him the Covert Cowl. He doesn't need the Eversight Ring. Okay. I am going to take that. Okay. Because, again, this fight's either going to work out how I think it's going to work out, or it's not. And if it's not, then it's not going to really matter what I've got Wyll doing. If it does work out, then Wyll spec with anything. He could walk in there naked, and he would still do the exact things that I need him to do. So... Okay, so now we will drop a save again, and we'll quickly make our way through the Shadowfell. We're not going to pick up any of the stuff in here.
This must be the last step. I need to
We've
pray.
already seen this.
All right. No need to some.
Your party is... As you step into it, curls its way.
Lady Shar. This is the Dark Lady's domain. He does not belong here.
Simple. Luckily, you were the perfect agent in helping.
So we'll just quickly make our way down here. I'm not going to pick up any of this stuff on the way down. Just in the interest of not wasting any of y'all's time any more than I already have.
See my actions, Lady Shar. Hear my words of faith. Blessed Nightsinger, witness my adoration.
Okay, so we'll quickly make our way down here. And hopefully this time we're prepared. Again, I apologize.
Sure as night will fall. Lady Shar's will shall be done. As sure as night will fall.
Okay, so again, we're going to go into hiding, break our group, and take everybody back up there to that spot.
Your insults grew tired and shot all years ago.
Can't afford any mistakes.
And we're going to temporarily remove that. I don't think it matters. I don't think I get close enough for it to inflict the status effect on Balthazar, but I don't want to take the chance that it's going to inflict the status effect from Lathander's light on him and drop me into the conversation.
As much as I savor our conversations, it's high time we got started.
Once I'm up here, then I can re-equip it, because for the way I'm going to do this, the Blood of Lathander is going to be very important.
I will come for you.
Because I'm just going to have to stand there and take a bunch of hits until I kill Balthazar.
You may find yourself disappointed by reality.
Let us find out.
Of course, you never hurt.
And last is my bard.
What path lies before me?
And now here, now that I know I'm set, no, I won't. It's not
Someone's
a
coming.
big deal. Whatever happens,
Another
happens.
Justiciar.
So let's drop out of stealth here and start this conversation.
Do you hunger?
Balthazar. Come to add more bars to my cage? Or perhaps to lead this would-be Justiciar's blade directly to my heart? I invite you. Heap more sins upon your head. My retribution will be all the sweeter for them.
All this time, and you still fail to appreciate the gifts I bestowed on you, Aylin. Sad to see a thing of beauty not recognize its own worth. But General Thorm, he appreciates you, and he wants you close at hand. So, I am here to whisk you back to him.
Ketherick. I welcome the sight of him after these 100 years. He whose immortality I supply with my very soul.
General Thorm. I'm sure you'll be on your best behavior for him, but just in case, I've taken some precautions. Keep back. It will take quite some concentration to secure Aylin for her little journey.
The Nightsong is Shar's sacrifice. She's my destiny. He cannot have her.
Okay, and here we're going to attack Balthazar.
Fly at me, you fool! You cannot stop what is to come!
Okay. So, rolled pretty well in initiative here. Balthazar has alert, so he always rolls fairly high in initiative as well. Before we get to the main protection part of this, I'm going to drop some damage on Balthazar with Karlach. Because Karlach cannot see in the dark.
My little trick.
Okay, there's a spectral aspect. So he's resistant to all of that, but it doesn't change his armor class, so I can still hit him, I just can't damage him as much, which isn't a problem. Because force damage is not in this list. Okay, now Shadowheart, the normal thing you would do here is cast Spirit Guardians. However, I am not going to do that. I'm going to focus all of the damage that I can on Balthazar and Balthazar only. Okay, radiant damage is also not in this list. Okay, and now for my Bard, I'm going to drop Darkness on top of all of us here. He's immune to necrotic while he's in that state, but he's just resistant to it otherwise. But I can't use Hex because I'm casting Darkness, so thankfully that's it. Now I'm going to have to take some attacks here. All of these people, some of them are going to want to move into the darkness and attack me, and I'm just going to have to suck it up, because if I kill any of them, then Balthazar is going to have the opportunity to use his legendary action to create that basically Hunger of Hadar thing on top of me, and I don't want him to do that.
Ready for another round?
Let us make short work of this.
Okay, good. It's working out like I expected. When I'm sitting in darkness, Balthazar doesn't do a damn thing. He just sits there time after time and skips his turn, because he has nothing that can work into darkness. He loves casting the Blight spell, but you have to be able to target an enemy for that to work, and he can't target me inside the darkness. Okay. So I'm going to throw Eldritch Blasts here using Wyll, and I don't care about moving him. Okay, so he's down to 33 hit points, so hopefully I should be able to kill him at the start of the next turn, and then I can start working on everybody else. But I'm gonna have to soak up some attacks here, but they're blind by Lathander's Light, and I'm not going to take that opportunity attack. They cannot shoot arrows into the darkness. I'm not going to take that one. Not going to take that. Not going to take that. I do not want to kill any of them until Balthazar is dead. Okay. So now for me, let's again see if we can drop damage on Balthazar. I will use Luck of the Far Realms. Okay. He's down to 22. Down to 9. Let's see if Karlach can end him first. So I'm going to step out of the darkness with Karlach and throw. Okay, I need to step out a little bit farther away from the darkness. Hopefully this will end Balthazar. Outstanding. And now the rest of these guys are going to have a problem. Okay. Get rid of the librarians first. Have her step back into the darkness. And now Shadowheart gets to do Shadowhearty things. And this is why I saved my level 5 spell. Actually, we'll keep her down here, I think.
On the victor's path.
And Wyll, now I can turn Repelling Blast back on. Try and work on the destroyers. Oh, you're kidding me. Well, all the ranged attackers are going to get 3 shots on me now. That 1 damage. Great. He's got... The destroyers have tenacity on their weapons, which means that even if they miss, they still cause 1 damage. That 1 damage caused darkness to me to lose my concentration on darkness. And because I lost my concentration on darkness, the ranged attacker was able to shoot Shadowheart, and she lost concentration on Spirit Guardian. So it was just the worst of all concentration rolls. I can still recast it a level 4 though.
Survival is all that matters.
Wyll is here. Wyll can recast it. I'm trying to think if I want that to actually happen. Or not. Because he's going to go after... Let's try and remove him. I don't think Slashing Flourish melee is going to be able to hit both. Oh, I can hit both. Outstanding. Okay, good. I got rid of that one. I'm gonna move down here. Wyll is now going to cast darkness.
Watch this.
Okay, Shadowheart's again gonna move out.
Good idea.
And then we'll move back in. Let her take the attacks instead of Wyll. I don't want darkness to drop again.
Comes easy these days.
My faith will protect me.
And now it's just a mopping up operation, really.
Can't give up. Not now. Heading there.
I don't think I need to do anything for her.
Yes.
I don't think Karlak can reach to the other side of the map over here. No. So I'm gonna move her down here, getting her ready
Incoming.
to go over there.
The blade will not bend.
Wyll can mop up these two. Good luck. Okay, I'm gonna move out.
Don't waste a step.
It was too forward. What am I missing? Oh, I got hit with blindness. Wait, what? Yeah, she got hit with blindness somewhere. Okay, well.
Fast.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, thanks, Sam. I appreciate it.
Have to keep going.
I don't think I need that much overkill. I'm actually going to take Shadowheart out here.
Heating up. Knees high.
Karlak as well. I'm not going to attack the Apostate Sentinel yet.
Battle favors the fearless. Finding my way.
You don't have to do this. What I am doing.
Need to stay focused. Got to press on.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
This is my
Oh
time.
boy.
It's Aylin.
Okay, can I jump up there?
Very well.
Can't give up.
Those two, it doesn't matter.
Put him up.
All right. I'm gonna group my main character and Shadowheart. Okay. Wait for blindness to wear off. Jeez, I just can't pass a save to save my life. No pun intended. Alright. So, I'm gonna have Karlach
Not used to lying low.
and Wyll go into hiding. I do not want them in this conversation. Okay? They cannot be a part of this conversation. And Wyll needs to be able to cast Silence. Now, for Wyll, it's a ritual spell, so it does not use a spell slot. Okay, but if you're using somebody else that has a spell slot, make sure they have a spell slot available by Potions of Angelic Reprieve or whatever. One way or another, you need to be able to cast that. And yeah, that's why I said, Lord Henry, it's a ritual spell for him. He can cast it without having a spell slot because of the Book of Secrets. So that's why I bring Wyll in here. He's always a safe bet. Because even if he doesn't have any spell slots and you don't have any short rests or anything, having him with you with this build means that he's still going to be able to cast it.
Can't give up now.
So your main character and Shadowheart are going to get into this conversation no matter what and no matter where they are. Okay? So that means if Shadowheart's back here and you take your main character in, she's going to be trapped back here. Same thing with your main character. If you put your main character here and take Shadowheart in, your main character is going to be trapped back here because once she's in the conversation, she can't move. So you need to take your main character and Shadowheart and move them up here next to the Nightsong. Now the good thing about doing it this way is that there's no proximity here. Normally, once you got to about here, if you've already killed Balthazar, then a conversation will trigger with the Nightsong. Okay? And if you're both here, that's perfectly fine, as long as you've got your positioning for everybody else correct. But this way I can manage when the conversation starts, because I have to click on the Nightsong to start this. Okay? So I'm actually going to take Karlach, because it doesn't matter with Karlach either, come to think of it. I'm going to move Karlach up here, put her in this group as well. Doesn't really matter
Where am I?
what happens, as long as your caster for Silence is not in the conversation. That's what's important here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the conversation.
Balthazar has drawn his final rancid breath. Pity it was not my hand that brought it about. Instead, it was you. You, who have come to seek the praise of your wicked goddess. You, who have come to drive a dagger through my heart.
Not a dagger, a spear. My Lady Shar's spear. Her fate is mine to seal. Let me handle this.
The fate you seal is your own. To be a Dark Justiciar is to turn your heart from everything but loss. You will know no love, no joy, only servitude, until of course your mistress inevitably discards you. And there is much she does not tell you. A terrible blood price that may extend beyond my own death.
You feel Shadowheart bristling. This is important to her. But your bond is strong. You may yet be able to sway her from the path of duty to the path of light. And Nightsong is not blind to your conflict. Behind that raging heart is the restless beat of one who knows too well, and her fate hangs in the balance.
Okay, so for here, I don't think this first conversation matters.
Well, well, well. What's that I sense? A spear intended for my heart? Empowered by your goddess, I. Empowered to kill the child of a god. Do you know what I am, little assassin? For I know you. A lost child. Frightened by wolves in the dark.
What did you say?
Much has been promised to you, hasn't it? But what has been taken from you? What do you know of your own heart? Your own life? I sense more in you than you know.
Whatever you think you know of me won't matter once I become who I'm meant to be.
Okay, now here I'm going to swap characters to Wyll. Wyll is going to cast silence on my party. It doesn't matter if the Nightsong's in this or not. It needs to be all of your party members. So I'm going to cast silence. And I'm going to move Wyll into the silence aura. That's important. Then I'm going to go back to the conversation, and I'm going to have Shadowheart kill the Nightsong.
There it is. True death, at last. You are Shar's child, after all. And I am...
It is done. You have proven yourself. You have answered my highest calling. My chosen. My warrior. My Dark Justiciar. No more hiding. Let me show you. Let all see how you have served me, Shadowheart, and how you have been rewarded. Your pain is now your power. Wield it true. My charge must be cleansed. You shall be my instrument in ridding it of the impure. Then you shall take up the mantle as its new leader. First, hunt down the traitor, Ketheric Thorn, He shunned my embrace. He let my armies be slaughtered. He used my domain to safeguard his wretched life. But now, without the Nightsong, he is vulnerable. End him. In my name, Shadowheart. Let him see you in your splendor before you shut his eyes forever. Once he is vanquished, Baldur's Gate awaits. Your holy work will continue there, where you first learned of my embrace. Take up my spear again, and go forth. Let the cleansing begin.
Finally! Through me, her will is enacted. Her shadows strengthen, and the darkness takes all. I am her chosen.
Okay, now normally that's bad, right? But what did not happen? The cutscene of the Last Light Inn dying is what did not happen. And I'm gonna leave you on a cliffhanger there. One, because it's a little late, and two, I have a football game I have to go to. That is where we are going to pick up next week, and I will explain to you exactly what just happened. So, as always, thank you all for being here today, even through the little glitch where I had to go back and redo this because I desperately wanted to show this to all of you. I'm not the first one to come up with this. I will put a description in the description, or a link in the description of the video to where the person that found this and how they found it, but I definitely want to go through exactly what happened, and we'll do that next week. So as always, thank you all for being here. Your support means everything to me, because without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying, until next time, fare thee well.